What is going on, my childish childs? This is me, Sid, and I'm back at it with the, I was gonna say Gold Pride Pun deck profile. Oh my god, not even remotely close. Well, actually, kind of. Goblin Rider deck profile that I promised 2 days ago, so yesterday, I didn't upload it because I am lazy and yeah, my bad. But yeah, this deck list is the best thing I was able to figure out, you know, with this new engine. I can't really say that it's an actual full deck because it wouldn't really make any sense to only play Goblin Rider cards in your deck and that's it, that's all. Like, you really have to splash in some other engines if you really want the deck to work because, you know, it definitely has a promising future, but we still don't have enough cards to make it a full cohesive strategy yet. And it's not like you can say that the old Goblin cards are good. They're all garbage. Yeah, they're all actually really, really bad. There may be like 1 or 2 of them that might not be, you know, too bad, but like they're still bad actually. Anyways, before this video starts, my man, you already know the drill. Friendly reminder to my voice, holy shit. Smash the like and subscribe button. Really motivates me a lot to keep existing and not dying from AIDS. And now let's get right into it. Alright, so for the P.U.N.K engine, I am playing yes, okay, so 1 Foxy Tune, 1 Deer Note, as well as 1 yes, don't read that. So yeah, the card is, I mean, the engine is pretty good. Gets you to the Jam Dragon Drive, which searches you a level 3 Psychic, so Welder or Wielder or Tracker. And then you're also providing back the Xiamen with the Deer Note, and then you make a rank 3 and you play from there. You could actually do way more if you want to play the bricks, like, I think it's Wagon or something, or Madame Spider, and then you search the Jam Session or something, the Field Spell, and the Trap card. But then again, you have to play some bad cards if you want to make some extra interruptions, so it's up to you. I think the Gold Pride P.U.N.K deck probably does it better. So I think if you want this deck to stay as clean as possible, this is probably the best ratio. So 3 Emergency Teleport and then 1 of each of these P.U.N.K monsters. But you could also be playing the Sharakusai package with the with the Carp Rising, so that you can fusion summon into that and then summon 2 monsters. And then you could play maybe a second Foxy Tune, an Ogre Dance, a second Xiamen. There are a lot of ways to, you know, play this engine, so don't go thinking that this is the only one. It's just that for me, it was the cleanest one and the one that requires me to play the least amount of bad cards because I'm not trying to hard draw Xiamen. I'm trying to draw like Tour Guide or something else and then summon the Xiamen off of the Emergency Teleport. In my eyes, at least, that is a little better. Yeah, anyway, so 6 of the P.U.N.K cards and then 2 Psychic monsters. Even if I draw the Xiamen, the Emergency Teleport can still resolve to summon the Psychic monsters. So that is the beauty about this engine. This card is never dead and it always does something. Because if we were not playing these cards, then Xiamen would be like an absolute must-have at 2. So, yeah. Anyways, 3 Fenrir, so this card is... I've already said that in the past, but as long as Fenrir is not limited, if your deck can't play Fenrir and benefit off of it, it has to play Fenrir. The reason for that is because you have a bunch of cards that discard, and by a bunch, I mean the only one that I can think of is Foxy Tune right now, but there's probably another one, or maybe not. So yeah, obviously Fenrir is just a good card overall. It's a going first and second card. It's pretty much just like another hand shot, but that actually gets you stability, so that you can inherently out stuff like Floodgates and other annoying things. So Fenrir is extremely good in just about anything, but even better when you have to discard cards for your stuff. And you might be able to Synchro Summon with this card if you play Baron de Fleur and then you just normal summon Ash and then it doesn't do anything, so I don't really recommend it, but I am playing a few Goblin Assault monsters, Goblin Rider, but not too many. So 3 Doug the Assaulter. This one on normal or special, it searches a Goblin Rider spell or trap, so obviously it's the best one. And you can summon it from the hand, not as a quick effect, by detaching any material from an Xyz monster. So that is really nice going second as well. It's really broken against Purely. Like, this card makes it so that the Purely matchup is unlosable. Like, literally, you're gonna have to put in the effort to lose against that deck. It's way too free. As a matter of fact, this card is a 1-card OTK going second against Purely Noir. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you just detach the level 1, and then the spin effect is no longer a quick effect. And then you surge the spell, and then you detach again from the Purely Noir, and then summon the monster that you searched. And then you make the rank 3, and this card is unfair. Like, it's so broken. And you even get to attach the Noir to it. Like, you just do so much. And then you can make, like, your own Zeus with, like, 6 materials, because you keep attaching materials to it. Because it has 2 effects to attach materials, so that's really cool. But yeah, 3 Doug the Assaulter, like I said, very good card. And then 2 of the Clutter the Noisy. This one is a Monster Reborn. And you can actually revive it back from the graveyard during your opponent's main phase by detaching yet again another material from any Xyz on the field. This is the common theme of all of the Goblin Rider monsters. And yeah, again, on normal or special, you get to just revive back any Goblin monster from your grave for free without negating the effect. You can even revive back the rank 3 monster, which is cool. And you get to revive back the rank 6, which I am not playing because I am not running the level of the continuous spell to make the monsters level 6. Because I actually felt like this card was a brick. When I was playtesting hands with this deck, this was way more of a win more. Like, an extra normal summon for a goblin monster is cute and all, but I'm trying to normal summon tour guide and stuff like that anyways, so it's not really gonna help me out too much. And besides, all of the goblin monsters are just extenders anyways. You don't really have to ever commit your normal summon on them, more often than not at least. Anyways, Goblin Rider, boon the match speed. This one, I want to say, is probably the worst one, even though it has an insane effect, but it actually... It's way worse than a once per turn. It's a once per 2 turns, because during the main phase, quick effect, if it's in your hand or grave, you get to detach any material from any Xyz monster on the board, special summon it, until the end of the next turn. After this effect resolves, you cannot special summon this card. So that's the issue, right? You can only use it once per 2 turns. So otherwise, I would be playing multiple copies of this card, but one is way more than enough. It's easy to access, very easy to search. There are already 2 star searchers for this deck, so this one, the Xyz, as well as the Goblin Arrival of the Goblin Riders. Grand Arrival. So yeah, that's, you know, that's just not a necessity to search this card. I mean, you can also search it with Reinforcement of the Army, but I mean, like, you don't have to, like, physically hard draw this card is what I meant. I'm just really stupid today. Anyways, the Goblin Rider, Mianda the Cold-Blooded. So this card, when it's normal or special, you get to special summon a Goblin Rider from the hand, which is, you know, it's good. It's not insane, but it's fine. And in the graveyard, not a quick effect. You can detach a material from any Xyz, revive it back, and then it gets banished when it leaves the field, but that's irrelevant because you're using it as a rank 3 material anyways. And it is a Fiend monster, very relevant for Tour Guide. So Tour Guide summon this, and then you get to pop off and make like 3 interruptions with a single Tour Guide. And this is a warrior, so you get yourself 2 targets for the Reinforcement of the Army. And this is a Beast Warrior, so in the future, if we get more Beast Warriors, then P.U.N.K might actually become an option for this deck. Alright, so that's it for the monsters for the most part. Then I am playing 9 Hand Traps, so 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, which could be anything else, as well as 3 Imperm. So Ash and Imperm are typically the best hand traps in the game. The safest ones, the most generic, the most applicable, the ones I typically recommend the most. Veiler is, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes playing DD Crow is better, like I said, or maybe I don't know, maybe in the Centurion, you know, as a format, maybe Ghost Ogre could be, you know, interesting, or maybe you want to consider playing Bestials or something. I don't know, like, just mess around with the ratios, and some of the cards might not even be needed. Like Reinforcement of the Army, you can live without it, honestly. So you could literally be playing like a 4-card Bestial package, or you could be playing Triple Tactic Talents and Thrust and Change of Heart. Again, the world is your oyster. Anyways, I am playing the one Ghostrick shot, so one thing that I noticed in my combo video is that some people were not really down for the Ghostrick engine, but rather for the Xyz armor package, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not actually super familiar with these cards. I know that they exist, obviously, and I kind of know what they do, but not that well. I'm not 100% sure what you can do with a single rank 3 monster, but if it involves too many bricks, then I don't think it's too great, because the cool thing about the Ghostricks is that any rank 3 gets you to Utopic Draco Future, with a very, very good follow-up. And I mean, like, a double follow-up, actually. Because you get to revive back the Alucard, and then you get to make, like, a Downward Magician into Zeus, and then detach, get back the shot, and then revive back down Alucard again, and then detach, put the Ghostrick Angel of Mischief underneath, and then make another Zeus. So, yeah, it's like... You always get to make, like, a lot after resolving, like, again, it's a single rank 3 that gets you, like, all of that. And, yeah, we were always down for more follow-up cards, so, yeah, this is very needed in this deck, because it's not like a go big or go home combo deck at all. This is actually more of a mid-range deck with combos. It's, again, very reminiscent to Gold Pride P.U.N.K, but without the bricks and without trying to do everything on turn 1. And you're also not paying, like, 5,000 life points on turn 1. You're only paying maybe with the Xiamen. Jesus, I keep reading the freaking... Oh my god. Yeah, so yeah, that's the only way to lose life points turn 1. Again, Gold Pride P.U.N.K, you're paying like your entire bank account just to like make like 3 negates or something. or maybe more. Anyways, 3 Prosperity. This card is pretty nice, of course. You don't really draw anything in this deck, because again, we're not playing the P.U.N.K field spell. And then I am playing 3 Grand Arrival of the Goblin Rider, so this card is insane. It adds any Goblin monster from your deck to your hand. Then, if you want to, you can detach any material from any Xyz on any board, and then special summon a level 4 lower Goblin monster from your hand. So this effect is already nice, but the grave effect is insane as well. You can banish it, and then yet again, detach another material from any Xyz on the board, and then recycle back a Goblin from grave to hand, and you can use each effect once per turn, but you can actually use both effects in the same turn. So it's not the kind of card that says, like, except during the turn it was sent to the grave. So this card is a searcher and then a recycler, and detaching the materials from your monsters can also trigger your rank 3 so that you can attach stuff. So you can break boards with this card, you can get your stuff going, you can, again, have a follow-up for next turn. I keep repeating how important that is, because this is not a combo deck where we make billions of negates turn 1 and then we don't care about the follow-up. We absolutely care about the follow-up. We are trying to play for long periods of time, and we also want to have a good going second game, and this is why playing 9 hand traps with 3 Fenrir and a lot of extenders and, you know, a respectable amount of starters is an absolute necessity. So yeah, this card is insane. And then obviously 3 Telly, 3 Imperm, and finally 1 Goblin Rider Stampede. So this card actually has 2 effects. The first one I don't think is too relevant, but the second one, you can detach a material from any Xyz monster on the board, and then negate the effect of a monster on the field if you control a Goblin Xyz. So this can be a double interruption, because yet again, you detach a material from the Big Head Gabonga, and then you negate an opponent's monster, and then the Big Head will be attaching a monster to it. So yeah, you get to negate something and attach a monster to this card as a material. So yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. Anyways, for the card deck list, and then for the extra deck, I'm playing the P.U.N.K Jam Dragon Drive. I'll re-explain what this is. You could also search Ghost Ogre, by the way, so if you want to cut the 3rd Veiler in lieu of 1 Ghost Ogre, you can do that. Anyways, 2 Zeus, 1 Downer, 2 Angel of Mischief, and so this is how you search the Ghostrick shot. In case you're not familiar with this combo, I just recommend watching my combo video, because everything is explained there. 1 Ashura King. This card is very easy to summon in this deck, because you have so many level 3 extenders, and this card is 7500 damage on its own because it attacks 3 times, and then you also get to negate monster effects with this card. But it is once per turn, regardless of the amount of materials that you have, unfortunately. Anyways, 2 Big Head Gabonga, as well as 1 Alucard. This is an incredible card, I just love it. And then 1 Fortune Tune. Yes, so this is how you make a Zeus very safely. This card can be targeted by card effects, and if it would be destroyed by battle by card effect, you can detach a material from this card instead. So if you have 2 level 3 monsters on the board, you're already threatening a Zeus. And then Yuto Big Draco Future Package, Espilo Knight with Masquerina. That is a given, obviously. I made a video yesterday on how unfair this package is. You better believe I'm trying to play this card in every single deck. Alright, so now for the idea section. I don't know why Shifter is here, but it shouldn't be here. Danger monsters, Orochimaru, as well as Shaman. You could consider them if you really want to, but not with Prosperity. That is the issue. And not with the Kashtira Fenrir, because the worst feeling is getting a Danger right and then drawing into Fenrir, and you're like, okay, yeah, my deck sucks now. Yes, exactly. Anyways, P.U.N.K stuff, I will explain that. The 3rd Zeus for absolutely no reason, it shouldn't be here. And then Goblin's Crazy Beast with a continuous spell, I don't know why there's 2. And then 1 Wallow or Beatrice or whatever rank 6 monster if you're playing the continuous spell, which again, I don't recommend. Yes, Xyz Armor Torpedo. This is the starter for your Xyz Armor combo, but again, I just have to look into it, so expect an Xyz Armor video very soon, guys. It is my duty to understand the cards. Anyways, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Lion Emperor, 2 level 3 fire monsters. You can make it using 2 Clutter the Noisy, and then you can detach a material to recycle back an Ash from your grave. So yeah, not too bad, but it kind of sucks actually. And then 1 Gramples. This card's not too bad, but I feel like a Lucard kind of does the same thing anyways, and it does more than that. But this card only destroys the set cards your opponent controls. Set cards, by the way, you can destroy face-down monsters with a Lucard. This card only destroys spells and traps, but it can also destroy face-up spells and traps. So, yeah, it's debatable. Maybe a Lucard is, you know, the only thing that you need, or maybe you also need Gramples. But when you have, like, Zeus anyways, I feel like this is not really a necessity. So, yeah, you can definitely live without this card. And then Levier, unless you're playing, like, Phantom Knights and stuff like that, I don't know why you would necessarily know that, but need that. By the way, you might actually want to consider playing a Brave Token Engine in this deck. If you're not trying to play Tour Guide, that might actually make sense, because the Goblin Riders, they don't really take up your normal summon, and Water Enchantress is a level 3. So now that I think of it, I might actually want to add that to the idea section. It's not too bad. And you also have a way to banish cards, so that would make Levier a little better. So yeah, definitely food for thought, because I know the Phantom Knight deck used to do that. And maybe a Burning Abyss engine, but I don't really recommend it. This would work with any level 3 with a good graveyard effect anyways, so definitely worth exploring. And then I already talked about the triple tactics as always. So yeah, that's it for my deck profile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts about this deck in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.